Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening watching. It's your girl Shaeranea, and I'm back with another video. And this video is going to be about what do you appreciate about yourself, your life experience, and pretty much the lessons that life has taught you so far. Me personally, I appreciate the hardships the most because they've helped me be the most mature, the most reliable if needed. I don't really like being relied on, but the most relied on. The most not only dependent but independent person that I am today. It allowed me to be focused, well planned, very strategic, even logical to a point that I'm not so emotional as a woman. My life lessons have taught me most of what I go through really isn't about me or has nothing to really do with me. Most of it has to do with maybe the individual, or maybe I am supposed to endure something so that someone else can learn a lesson, but by me being someone who has to endure a little tough time so that they can learn a lesson, sometimes that's a part of life, and I've accepted that. So what I appreciate about myself is my ability to be able to adapt, to be kind. I'm not that nice, but to be kind. To be very wise in my plannings and my strategies, and my ability to overcome things, no matter how hard they are. My ability to be honest, even when truth may hurt others. My ability to be in touch and in tune with others to the point where I know certain things to be able to help people in ways that they can't help themselves. To be someone who is capable of solving difficulties, like working on vehicles or building things from scratch or building things from the ground up, doing things that are very difficult. I don't really like my abilities to not be able to like do simple things, because I make simple things a little more complicated than I do the hard things. Hard things are more of my field because I experience a lot of tough things in life. I like the hard things better simply because I'm good with complicated situations. But when it comes to something very simple, for some reason in my mind I always make something so simple more complicated, because I'm like, this cannot be this simple. Why? This should be more complicated. And then by it not understanding that it's actually pretty just simple, I make it more complicated than it really is. So though I appreciate my life experiences and like who I am as a person and all the things I've learned thus far to make me very mature, responsible, wise, some things about myself I'm just like, LaShae, come on. Because at work I do something very simple, and I don't like small, simple, tedious tasks, because tedious tasks ultimately ends to like something that you can always mess up. It's not something that you can perfect, right? Because if it's something that's small, tedious, it's easy to mess it up. But if it's something complicated, harder, you can mess it up, but it's a very rare chance that you will, simply because it's harder. You're going to take your time doing it. Something easier, you're just going to be like, okay, well, this is easy. I'm just going to do that, do this. And it just seems like something that you can't make a mistake on, but it's because it's tedious, it's likely that you're going to make more mistakes with it. And it's why it's so bothersome for me to do like really small things. I've become complicated over the years. But ultimately, I appreciate everything about myself. I'm glad that I'm not in a cold state, because in my earlier, I say 18, 19, maybe till I was about 24, I was very cold inside, very cold, non-emotional person. I felt like an empty vessel. I was angry. I was very prideful. I kind of still have anger, but not because of anything specific. I just have a lot of masculine energy. But being cold inside was horrible, because the behaviors that I exhibit or did caused me to be, it allows you to hurt people, and it allows you to do things that you would normally do if you were just like somebody who's very emotional or in tune with your emotions. But I appreciate that experience as well. I was pretty cold for a very long time. I was pretty angry for a very long time. And I was very depressed for a very long time. And eventually I got at those states, but it really did take a long time to overcome it. I'm someone who is a very explosive temperament, so I try not to let things build up inside myself, because that can just erupt to like a very bad volcano. But ultimately, all my life experiences so far made me better, made me mature, made me wiser, it made me stronger, it made me even more responsible than I want to be sometimes. But ultimately, hey, I appreciate who I am. I love my character. I am so weird and so cool in the same sense. But that's it. Like, this video is about what you appreciate about your life experiences, what you appreciate about yourself, and what you appreciate about the lessons and life hardships that you've been through. So